behemoth that you guys are, only in America. Would you agree with that?
Senator, mostly in America.
You couldn't do this in China, right? Or what you did in 10 years.
Well, Senator, there are some very strong Chinese internet companies.
Right, but you're supposed to answer yes to this question.
While most people in the United States still aren't familiar with Tencent, the Chinese digital media and telecom conglomerate has quickly become one of the biggest players on the internet. Last year, Tencent's market cap valuation of $530 billion propelled it past Facebook and into the fifth spot among the largest corporations in the world. Tencent is the first Asian company to top $500 billion in value, joining Apple and Facebook. So, how big is Tencent? Tencent, the company behind the massively popular app, is China's biggest social network and gaming company. The massive conglomerate joined Apple, Facebook, and Amazon on the list of massive tech companies that have passed the coveted $500 billion market cap, making it Asia's first company to do this. Founded in 1998, Tencent got its start with its OICQ messenger, which was later renamed to QQ. From there, despite rapid growth of QQ, Tencent remained unprofitable for the next 3 years. During the mid-2000s, Tencent started to branch out into other areas, including search with So, while also licensing games such as Crossfire and Dungeon Fighter Online. Things really started taking off in 2011 with the release of WeChat and Tencent's acquisition of Riot Games. Tencent is now an investment holding conglomerate with many subsidiaries. They include social networks, payment systems, media entertainment, smartphones, e-commerce, property, and more. You can do almost anything now on a single mobile device. But in China, you can do almost anything on just one single app, Weixin, known as WeChat outside of China. So what is WeChat? Think of WeChat like Facebook meets WhatsApp meets Venmo and Candy Crush, Tinder and Amazon. Still, there's even more functions, including booking medical appointments and finding out how densely crowded a location is. The number of people on WeChat is now closing in on 1 billion users. In the early 2000s, Tencent anticipated the popularity of chat apps by seeing their use at China's internet cafes. China is considered a mobile-first market, meaning its consumers joined the internet on a mobile device before a computer. In 1999, in the United States, there were about 50 computers for every 100 people, according to the World Bank. In China, there was only about 1 computer for every 100 people. Today, using an email address is not very common for Chinese consumers. The preferred way to communicate is chat apps for friends, family, colleagues, potential business partners, and even strangers. Tencent even has its own digital assistant named Xiaowei.
朕今天中雨，温度26到30度，当前温度29度。
Really, the number of Tencent apps and web services in China is seemingly endless, spanning things like the Tenpay mobile payment system, the Weiyun cloud storage service, and even its new movie studio, Tencent Pictures. Here in the United States, you're more likely to use one of Tencent's products while playing games. It owns companies like Riot Games, maker of League of Legends, Supercell, maker of Clash of Clans, and has heavy investments into major companies such as Epic Games, maker of Gears of War, and Activision Blizzard, maker of Overwatch and Destiny. More recently, Tencent has begun diversifying even more, a 12% stake in Snapchat, and even rumors that the company plans to gobble up Angry Birds creator Rovio. Gaming has thus developed into Tencent's core revenue stream. By 2020, mobile gaming is expected to be larger than all traditional platforms for games, such as console and PC. and Tencent has positioned itself at the forefront of this race. Since the inception of online gaming, Tencent has meticulously worked towards securing its position as the largest developer and operator of online games for desktop personal computers. Chinese companies are well known for their closed economy that prevents companies like Amazon, Google, Facebook, Walmart, or Uber to gain a strong foothold in the country. This leads to Chinese companies copying American businesses, and when WTO asks questions to the communist government, they come up with flimsy excuses of American businesses not being familiar with the culture of middle-class Chinese, a culture which is tech-savvy and mainly Western. The Chinese Communist government has received a lot of flack when companies like Amazon and Uber were successfully driven out or forced to merge with their local competitors, a phenomenon which is not seen in other developing countries like India or other Southeast Asian countries. First imitate successful product, then make subtle adjustments to improve user experience. This is Tencent's enterprise philosophy, concluding from its own dark days at the very beginning. In China, plagiarization is an established business model. Copying business ideas from both foreign and domestic firms has been a standard operating procedure for Chinese internet companies. But these borrowing practices could be losing their momentum. It has been a common phenomenon for Chinese internet companies to copy original ideas born abroad. Tencent's QQ instant messaging is based on Israel's ICQ. Baidu's search engine is a copy of Google's. Online retailer Alibaba mimics Amazon, while online video portal Youku was once known as China's YouTube, and Sina Weibo has been called China's Twitter. This phenomenon is referred to as C2C, namely copy to China. Though seldom being the first to enter the internet market, Tencent often catches up from behind and even surpasses its frontrunners by taking advantage of its huge internet user base, the largest in China, and original ideas from industry pioneers. Backed by a huge market share, it succeeds in promoting new products by bundling them into its dominant QQ instant messaging tool. Several firms have emerged as the leading internet companies in China, but monopoly, especially copying and bundling, has robbed many other internet companies of opportunities for innovation and even the incentives to innovate, says Zhou. Zhou's Zhihu 360 is in direct competition with Tencent in terms of internet security products. Tencent has a huge number of users, and the Chinese government has played a huge role in Tencent's growth. Not only are companies like Google and Facebook banned, e-commerce was also a big part of the Communist Party's 5-year plan, spanning from 2011 to 2015. Combine that with a huge population that embraces tech more readily than many Western markets, and you get a company that has become China's first $500 billion company. So we will leave it right here. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. See you guys next time.